what you're saying, so it sounds more of like a protest vote against the policy or lack thereof that we currently have versus against individual members serving, except for the last part that you said. I'll disagree with some of the points that you made. I don't think we automatically appoint anyone. I highly doubt the three of you interview all of these individuals as you do at length and then just go off automatically. And I appreciate your very diligent process that you do. So I also appreciate the clarification given here tonight, because I don't get to witness the interviews at JPNL. And we do have a lot, we're very, very blessed to have so much interest from the community to serve on these committees, commissions. I will say I'm not worried like you are. I'm optimistic that we have so many more individuals, and I also think we have to, weigh that, as you all are, I'm sure, doing, with the fact that when you have institutional knowledge and people that have been doing a very good job and have been dedicated and have proven, their dedication to the village, and also, these are professionals. So say what you will about someone's professional background, but I think anyone who is taking an oath to serve for the village is going to do so as a representative of the village and not for their own personal interest. And if they are doing it for their own personal interest, then as we all know, there's a conflict there, and that's wrong. But it's not. So I think.
Well, I'd like to clarify that I'm not in any way, shape, or form suggesting a technical conflict of interest. But we did discuss invested interest versus a conflict of interest, and that's.
So you're saying his philosophy versus his pocketbook?
I don't know what that means, and I'm not going to respond to that comment.
Fine, I'm just curious as to why this individual is not fit for this position. But we can discuss that offline.
Okay, that's not what I was saying, and that's misrepresenting my position.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't a protest vote or any statement on Mr. Gallagher, but only, or Mr. Hinston, but purely for Mr. Gallagher, because it is only a one-year reappointment for the end of the end of his allowable service, that we finish that discussion. Because right now, as a number of us have said, this is, I think, a unique position, and we've got a very qualified pool. And so,
great.
So I'd like to finish that conversation when we're appropriately close to finish that conversation.
For the board, I'd just like to, I had the opportunity recently to review, how many appointments that I've been involved with since being on the JPNL committee, and it's nearly 50 new members, and most of them, with maybe the exception of 2 or 3, are new to serving. I'd say half of them are new to the village and residents. So I just wanted to put that in context. Sometimes we forget that we have really been, there are many, many new members on each and every board. I know Plan Commission and CDA are of particular interest because of the recent development projects that we have, and we have a lot of change. And so it has drawn a lot of interest from a wide variety of people. So one of the things as a committee that I think is challenging right now is to really review, to stick with our process so that it's as consistent and transparent as possible, or that it just is, not as possible, but that it is. And also to balance those opinions and needs. And so these lengthy discussions, I think, are just a reflection of that. So we do the best we can. And meeting every 2 weeks, it does draw things out sometimes.
So I have a procedural question. We have a.
Wait, I think we had a
question. I'm just wondering
That's
what's the motion?
That's what we're doing.
I don't know.
There is there one on the floor right now?
Motion to approve the reappointments as listed with the exception of Mr. Gallagher, which was deferred to the later meeting.
Oh, I thought Mr. Gallagher and Mr.
I didn't make that motion.
Well, I would like to remove Mr. Hansman also. So can we vote on it separately? Okay, well, I guess we already have, I'll amend the motion to remove Mr. Hansman that we voted on separately.
So then we're going to vote on all.
we don't have a second.
Second.
I,
Four?
yeah, I'm a little unclear when we say vote on that separately. So we'll vote on the slate of candidates minus those two individuals, and then we can make a new motion on one or more of those individuals that were removed from this slate. Is that right?
You did that, correct?
Oh, that's what the amendment is just to remove them and then,
No, the amendment is for one person.
I just,
Mr.
Well,
Gallagher
the
was already.
motion was, right, Mr. Gallagher's not in the motion.
In the amendment.
What's the original motion?
To approve the reappointments as listed, with the exception of Mr. Gallagher, which was deferred to a later meeting.
Okay. And then I amended it to say it was also run with Mr. Hanson, so I can have the opportunity to vote separately on Mr. Hanson.
Separately, right.
okay. Second.
I think it's
Oh.
been seconded already. So we'll first act on the amended motion, which is to remove Mr. Hens.
Hanson.
Mr. Hens.
To amend the main motion to remove Mr. Hansman and vote on separately.
So, all in favor of the amendment to the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Wait a minute, are we?
You're just voting on the amendment. And then if it's approved, then based on the motion that you'll vote separately on each one. Is that
No,
right?
no,
The amendment is to add Mr. Hanson to the list to be removed.
But not numbered, we would vote on his,
To vote on separately.
his reappointment separately.
Right.
Right. The amendment, it's amending the motion to remove Mr.
Oh.
Hansman to vote on separately.
I thought it was to add Mr.
Vote on
Gallagher.
separately.
To vote on
Oh, I
him
get that.
separately.
we
I
didn't
didn't
say in a
understand.
future
Oh.
meeting after
I
some
didn't
more review
understand
by
that.
committee like we did for Gallagher.
I'll change my vote to yes.
Yes.
Okay, and that takes us back to the,
Question, do we have to say in the motion that we were, if we use the word defer, consideration of Mr. Gallagher's reappointment, that's enough language to give us, we can bring it back?
Yes, because we didn't vote it down.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to, it's not a legal consideration, it's just
Deferring for a later date.
okay, so now we're,
No, we're voting to approve all but those two.
All but Mr. Gallagher
All but Mr.
will be
Gallagher.
well, they don't
discussed
have to
in
be
committee.
considered, but
after
So-
Hanson will be considered separately.
Right.
Right, correct.
So it's everyone
Except
except
those
Hanson
two.
and Gallagher.
That's
Right, and you can do another
And
motion.
then we're gonna have a third motion for Hanson separate.
Correct.
So then you have separate discussion.
all in favor of the original motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
I move to reappoint Tim Hansman to the Planning Commission.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. Hanson, he's been on the committee while I've been on there. He really adds a lot to the commission. There's a lot of expertise he brings. I would not consider him or put him in the bucket of a developer's architect. I believe he voted against the mosaic in the Metro North, if I remember right. He definitely has differing opinions and looks at each situation. I think he has a lot to the commission, and he's very dedicated and very involved in the community. I think he brings his expertise. He also shows up on a regular basis, so we do have a quorum to operate. These applicants have tight schedules, and it's critical that we have a quorum to operate month in, month out. So it's important to the village and the people requiring approval or consideration of their applications.
I agree,
Any other discussion? Yes.
Let Trustee Maher know that we have at least 3 people interested in serving on the planning commission. All of whom, I believe, are, 2 of them have served on the Rules and Drug Steering Committee, so there's a lot of interest of qualified and excited people who I'm sure would appreciate a chance to serve the community.
Any other discussion?
I also appreciate Mr. Hensman's value that he's added to the village and a lot of the insight. I've spoken with him before, especially around the Central District Master Plan and a lot of other discussions. And Even though we haven't always agreed on the outcome, I really appreciate his thoughtful process, his professionalism, his willingness to, and openness to look at different sides. And I think that I'm very happy. I will be voting yes for his reappointment, and I'm happy to hear that he's willing to give up more of his time to serve our village in this capacity.
I'd say along with the reappointment process, if people are recommended for, if members are recommended for reappointment, it is because they have served well and they're in good standing, and that the staff liaison and chair and any trustee liaisons also see them as valuable, and continued service would be of value overall to the village and to the work of the, whatever plan or commission, board, or committee they serve on. Secondly is, in terms of people, when somebody submits an application, obviously they do want to serve, and I do think that everybody has a chance to serve, it's just the timing of that. And so what I always encourage people to do is that if they are not recommended and appointed to a vacancy, or at this time, or a vacancy isn't available, to attend the meetings and to participate, the only difference being that they don't have a vote. But they do have an opportunity to participate, to make comments, and to, build a relationship with the mission and the charter of the commission, as well as the people that are serving. So and many people have, followed that recommendation. And I really enjoy the process of attending.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is something, just because even if you're not on a committee, commission, or board, you can still attend the meetings and be part of the process. So these are not closed meetings, these are publicly held meetings, and they're going to be welcoming to a variety, or to everyone, all the residents.
Any other discussion? I have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Passes. And so, what is that with this one?
That was already taken care of.
That's
Right,
Thank you. So we'll move on to next item, which is there a motion to approve the village board minutes of April 3rd?
So moved.
For lack of motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, there's a question on page 1, item 5. Last, we were talking about the park with the camp bar, and it reads, other discussion included staff review of outdoor music and creating templates for future participants. I would propose recreating notice templates for the application process in future years. Creating notice templates for the application process in future years.
We just say applicants.
Well, when they reapply, if we have a new template that says who the public should contact, so it was a notice template that we were discussing.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
You okay? Any other discussion? And then all in favor of approving the minutes with that change, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm going to abstain since I wasn't at the meeting.
Takes us to the next item, item 7, citizens to be heard. This item is for matters that are not on this evening's agenda. Discussion may follow comment on non-agenda items, or discussion and action may come at future meetings. Is there anybody who wishes to be heard on non-agenda items this evening? Go ahead.
Sure.
For lack of another way to communicate to the board, I'll do it under citizens. So, as you may know, or may not know, that I am retiring. My last day will be May 4th or 5th. And I will be going at the next board meeting. So I hope you don't mind me very shortly giving you thanking the board, since this will be my last public appearance, if you will. I really want to thank the president, who I worked with since 2004, who's dedicated himself since 1998 to the village of Shorewood, and worked very closely with Ryan, and it's just been a real pleasure. I want to really thank you for all the work you've done and all the help you've given me over the years. Also want to thank the current board here, who had really, it's been wonderful to work with all of you, and our past boards. Still keep in touch with some of them. They're great folks. Some people have moved, some people stayed in the community, and they've been very supportive of all the board